Hello and welcome to the latest Rob and Blakey Commentary Box podcast. We are, of course, loud and clear on Welsh football. I am the former BBC Wales football correspondent, Rob Phillips, and alongside me, former Wales international and Premier League maestro, Nathan Blake.
How you diddling?
Good, mate, good. Of course, we're coming to you from, as usual, the University of South Wales Atrium. We're brought to you with the valued support of the journalism and media courses. Tell your friends, we're available via all social media outlets, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Threads. Watch us on YouTube or listen wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify. And if you've not caught any of our best of series, they're all available on the usual podcast outlets. Now, Nate.
Can I just say,
Say something.
look at the camera, not at the... Stop looking at yourself.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I know, yeah. You're looking at yourself.
Next month.
I was looking at yourself, see? He's like, all tandem brown from his holiday, and he's thinking, woo, woo.
Which means absolutely nothing to people listening on their podcast outlet. Anyway, we shall move on because we've got loads to get through,
Yep.
including something that's come up. We're recording this on Wednesday, as usual. Something that's come up today. Next month, the 72 EFL clubs will meet to approve a new playoff system for the championship. In other words, the top two would still go up automatically, like now, but then the next six, not four, would go into playoffs. So how would it work? Well, it's as it works in the National League. Fifth would play eighth, sixth would play seventh, with the higher ranked clubs being at home in those games in one-off ties. Then the winners would then go and play two-legged playoff semi-finals against the clubs
What about third and
who
fourth?
finish third and fourth.
Okay.
That's where they come into it.
Okay.
If it happens, it'll happen next season. The FA have given approval for the EFL to talk about it. There's a meeting of the clubs in March. Thoughts, Nathan Blake?
I think that's too deep.
Why?
I don't think you can warrant the possibility of getting to a playoff final and possibly promotion to the Premier League if you finish eighth. Finishing sixth is bad enough, but I agree with it, right? Because that format really works. For me, eighth, ninth, okay, they're not saying ninth, but you finish eighth in the league, and you can still go to the Premier League. I think there's a better way to format it than that. If you want to give people more opportunity and more money, I just don't think, if you finish eighth in a league,
Right.
you should be then in a position where you could possibly go on to win promotion. That's just my personal
Swansea City are
opinion.
15th at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They're 5 points off playoffs.
Yeah.
So in other words, basically 9 clubs are covering 5 points.
Yeah, it's okay if you're the eighth club, right? But I guarantee you what'll happen is this. Someone will finish third or fourth, 20 points ahead, 25 points
Could
ahead.
happen now.
Eighth. It does happen now. But eighth position in the league, and then you'll go into the Premier League, we're talking, the best league in the world. You finish eighth in the championship, and do you think that's deserved, that you even got an opportunity
No,
to
what
get
I'm
there?
saying is this.
Oh,
No,
did you
what
say
I'm
no?
saying is this. No.
Yeah, he's coming with
Well,
me.
if you
Come on.
accept playoffs, because when they first came in,
Listen, I've been promoted through the playoffs. It's not that I've got opinion.
I
one
changed
way
my
or
mind on
the
playoffs
other.
from the original when it started all those years
Well,
ago.
I've
said
always
if you're not in
enjoyed the
top 2 or 3,
playoffs.
go.
Yeah, effectively that's it, right? Why are the playoffs there? Because you could just say the first 3 who
Exactly.
deserve. Well, if the first 2 deserve to go, third surely deserves to go. Because what's the difference? Because finishing second or third.
There we are. But you've accepted playoffs. You've gone up through playoffs.
Yeah.
So you can't use that argument.
Well,
And
the
all I'd
argument I'm
say
using is eighth position is too deep for me.
The man pushing this is Peter Ridsdale,
Yeah.
who's at Preston now.
Yeah.
Obviously, former Cardiff City chairman.
Yeah.
And he made the point, I thought pretty persuasively,
Yeah.
that 5 of the last 7 teams promoted via the playoffs are still in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So in other words, for you to say, well, because they went up in the playoffs, they can't be as good as the top two. They're not in that season, but they have proved capable of staying in the Premier League. Why shouldn't... I don't know whether the sixth team has gone up to the Premier League.
Okay, then why not just say the whole league then?
Well, you can't do that, 'cause
Why not
there's
go
only
down
so
to
many teams.
Why not go down to 10? Why not go down to 12? Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So you're not
Whoa,
in
whoa,
favour?
whoa, whoa!
I'm not trying to change the subject.
You're just using Peter Ridsdale's
No,
argument.
I thought it was quite a persuasive
Yeah,
argument.
but then, okay,
And Swansea City fans,
I'll
sure.
throw it back at you then. Why not go down to 10 teams?
Because that would be... you couldn't be able to do that with all the fixtures in the season.
Or you just...
I think 8th is about the lot. It works...
You could go from 46 games down to 42 games and then go, right, we'll go down to the next 12.
What I would add is this, that what the playoffs have done, and I've been one round to the playoffs, as I said, I didn't want playoffs when they started. I thought, if you don't finish in the top 2 or 3, why should you deserve to go up ahead of somebody who's finished, as you said, maybe 20 points ahead of you?
Yeah.
But you've got to say, one, the playoffs now, even now, the way they are,
the format,
bring in excitement for more clubs at the end of the season. And let's be honest about it, with club chairmen these days and the finances of football, playoffs like that would generate more TV revenue and would generate more interest going into...
Yeah, I think, listen, if you're talking about revenues, it's different to football. Right? I'm talking from a football perspective.
But revenue comes into football at every stage these days, doesn't it?
Well, and there lies the problem. So again, I'll throw it back at you and just say, okay then, well, why not shorten the season and make it like 12 teams, have like a sort of the top 2 to go up and the next 10 all play off in a...
Well, that's just been ridiculous now, isn't it?
Well, but that's what's going to happen next, right?
I admit there's a limit to what you can do. But it works fine in the National League. And actually, if the EFL clubs are honest with themselves, what they should also be looking at, not just the Championship, it should be more teams up automatically from the National League. Because the way they have to do it is scandalous.
Well, my thing is, why then, okay, I could say to you then, why the Premier League don't just extend the league to another 2 teams like it used to be, 24?
Because I think it's 20 now, isn't it? I think
22.
I think the Premier League is...
It used to be 24 when I was a kid,
I think and also when the players first came in, the third from bottom of the Premier League played off against the Championship club. So it's interesting.
Yeah, it is a great debate because you could say, well, if you finish third from bottom, third from bottom, you go. Top 3 come up. Why should you get an opportunity to beat a team from the Championship and win and stay in the Premier League if you've had such a poor season?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So there's caveats all over the place. I just think if you go to 8, you leave it for 10, 15 years, and then someone's going to say, I got a great idea.
Let's go to it.
Do you know what I mean? It will. It will.
I suspect this will go through because I don't see club chairman voting against it.
Well, you don't vote against something that's going to give you opportunity to enhance your finance.
Yeah, quite.
And that's what's...
And I think the fans will be for it as
well. I don't think so. I think the fans... If you finish 3rd, right, you might be for it if you finish 8th. But if you next year and you finish 8th and don't get through, the following year you finish 3rd, I guarantee you'd have the total opposite. It's not fair. We finished 25. Sometimes you're going to get like between 8th and 3rd, you'll probably get like 25, 30 points. How is that deserved from your perspective as playing football?
Same as 6th and 3rd, it could be 20 points.
Yeah, it could be, but 6 is a lot closer.
Well, no,
than 8th,
not the Championship. It's not.
You know what I mean? If you take the 2,
you look at the table now, the Championship, it's not.
If you take the top 2 out in promotion, right? What you're saying is 4 of the teams play off.
But as I said,
so really and truly, it's only the 3rd spot
down to Swansea in 15th, and actually they're only 2 points ahead of. I think it's 2 points ahead of the team below them. So 7 points covers 16th, 17th to 6th, which Wrexham are. at the
Yeah,
moment.
I just think just go to 15th then.
All right. Well, I suspect it'll go through. We'll return to this subject.
Just go the whole league. Just have a playoff at the end.
I suspect it'll go through.
Yeah.
And next season, you'll be proved wrong.
Yeah,
And
no.
I'll be proved
Well, it's not
right.
proving
So,
me wrong.
what's not wrong?
It will go through.
not
I
the
admit
like.
to you, of course
Yeah.
it will. But what you're doing, again, you by only thinking of finance, the football is coming second. You got it the wrong way around. The football always should come first.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just a
But
purist.
finances also count.
I'm a purist. You love the money.
If only I'd made as much money out of football as you did.
More than you know.
Anyway, talking of the championship, I watched Swansea City on Sunday. He's to a very comfortable victory over doomed the Owls, Sheffield Wednesday. Swansea barely out of second gear, I've got to say. But to be fair to Vito Matos, 50% win rate in his 16 games.
Yeah, credit was due.
Definitely improving. Like the look of Gustavo Nunes, one of their new signings in January. Bit of a nice cameo from Leo Walter, who made his debut off the bench. But actually, the star was Jan Vipotnik, top scorer in the championship. Sunday was all about great free kicks.
Yeah.
And his was just astonishing.
Yeah.
19 yards out.
I'd like to see it measured velocity-wise.
Oh,
speed.
my gosh.
And
It was thunderous. It was just so quick. The keeper was in the right position, and he dare not put his hand up because it probably would broken his finger.
it went straight and then cut. It done that. It was like a
You better explain that for people
like a
listening.
draw on a golf.
Yeah.
It then went straight and then cut left.
Yeah.
Right. And if you look at his technique, he hit it with like his inside of his big toe down, and really, so he wrapped his foot over it with a ping. It was great technique.
I've seen great free kicks. In the flesh, I can't remember seeing a quicker one than that.
You'd struggle to see a quicker one than that.
Harder shot.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
you'd struggle to see a quicker one than that. And it was almost like the keeper got out of the way.
Well, yeah, and you couldn't blame him. But actually, it was flash past him.
Yeah, he was past him before. He was still in the air,
Yeah.
right? And he's only coming from 19
ball-
yards. And the ball's like rippled down the net. And
Yeah.
yeah. It was a fantastic free kick, fantastic strike. Question for you. Does Swansea hold on to him next year?
Well, I think they'll face a real task to hold on to him because he's top scorer in the championship. He's such a good finisher that he doesn't need.
I said to you before, his timing.
Yeah.
He's got excellent
His second goal
anticipation
was one
and great
touch
timing.
and then a finish.
Mm-hmm.
He's really economic with his finishing. I always said that about Robbie Fowler. I know it's a big comparison, but Fowler's really economic with his finishing, and he's clinical. And in fact, I think sometimes Swansea's wide players don't get the ball into him quick enough.
What did we say last week?
Yeah.
Right? You got that type of striker in the box, and he's got great anticipation and great timing of the run and a great understanding of when and where defenders are and where he needs to be in order to get the ball. But you don't cross the ball enough. And he's, 17 goals he got?
Altogether, but
Yeah.
it's 15 in the league.
Yeah,
so he's
17 goals because strikers call.
There will clearly be
We
interest.
count every goal.
There was a bit of interest in January, by what I believe. As you know, I wasn't here.
Yeah.
But
I think he go abroad, me.
do you?
Yeah. I think he suits. I think he would suit go into Serie A more than he would go into the Premier League. Because in the Premier League, you need pace. You're up against a different caliber of defender.
Yeah.
You know, if you ain't got pace, you got to have super intelligence, which he's got very good intelligence, right? Would you put him up there with like a Teddy Sheringham sort of intelligence level? I don't know. Could prove to be unbelievable, but I think he would be better suited. I think he'll go to I said last week, I think he'll go to quite a big Serie A club or something like that, I do.
Well, it was a good week, wasn't it, for Slovenian strikers? As Šeško scored a belter for
What a touch.
Manchester United at
Subliminal.
West Ham.
So, like, nonchalant. knew exactly what he was doing. And, yeah, if you just get that little cute, almost take your foot away as it hits your foot. So just get a little lift there. That was beautiful, man.
You think Slovenia have got a good forward line there, haven't they?
Well, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But I don't
I
want to
think they'll
think
be
about it
interested.
until...
I don't know if they would have to sell. I mean, Snoop is in town in a week or so's time at Swansea City, yeah. Gin and juice all round, I'd say.
Yeah, Snoop Froggy Dog.
Yeah. But that could be a big test for Swansea in the summer, couldn't it?
What, to hold on to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anyone thinks that it's going to be straightforward. Especially when you've not been sort of the star of the show the year before. And you've probably got a bit of stick. And this is me. Swansea fans don't hate on me. This is just the way the footballer thinks. You didn't love me. Now you love me. The loyalty isn't the same.
Yeah.
If you've been loved all the way, it's gut-wrenching to pull you apart from those fans, right? But I just think he'll go. I really do. And I think as well the ambition for the player, because what he's having the type of season where he's got the kudos to sit down with the owner, the manager, and go, okay, what the plans are.
Okay, then. There's one sort of possibility other than that, and that's that Swansea City reach the playoffs. Top 6 now, not top 8.
I was going to say they bring
5
the 4
points
back
off
in early.
playoffs. You look at it now, their next 4, Derby away, Bristol City home, Preston home, Ipswich away.
Swansea ain't getting to the playoffs.
You don't think so?
I don't
They're only
think so.
5 points off.
It's like having a 5
There's a lot of traffic.
It's like having a
as
5
we
point
said.
lead at the top of the table. It sounds easier to close than what it actually is. If Swansea were in 6th place now and the team below them were 5 points behind, I'd be saying, well, it's Swansea's to throw away. They'd have to have a really bad run of form. They're 15th. So what you got to think of, and this is, again, Swansea fans go, he's saying it because he's Cardiff. No. I'm saying it because you're 15th.
Yeah.
So what you're relying on, 5 points below, is you're relying on practically 9 other teams to all have a nightmare when you just keep winning.
No, but the point I'm making is that their next 4 against teams all in the top 9. In other words, they can make a win is almost double if they can win those games.
No, because then you're asking, who's the teams above them? Go 14th? Well, what I'm saying is the team from 6 to 14, what you're asking all them to do is all basically have a run which shifts them out of the way and Swansea go up. It doesn't work like that.
You've seen teams come from deep before.
Stop. Listen to what I'm saying. You can come from deep. I'm not saying you can't come from deep. What I'm saying is it's the teams above you.
Yeah.
Those teams above you got better goal difference, better strike rate, better points, and they're better equipped up to this point. So they have more confidence and what have you. I'm not saying Swansea can't do it. I'm saying the chances of them doing it and everyone else above them.
No, I wouldn't put my money on
having
it.
A nightmare.
I would put yours on it. Because you've got loads.
Having a nightmare is not realistic. It's the same when, flipping it going to Newport then. When you're bottom and there's 3 points, 4 points to the team that's safe. And you think, oh, well, we're still in it. Yeah, absolutely you're still in it. But you're relying on them.
Yeah, you're relying on
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one team.
We'll see.
You're relying
it's going to be...
You're relying on, if you're Swansea, 9 teams.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
But then they've got to play, as I keep saying, they've got to play some of those because,
Bristol City are off the back of a good result. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who else did you say?
Well, they've got Derby away on Saturday.
Derby will fight you to the end.
Bristol City home, Preston home, Ipswich away.
Preston a good team.
Yeah,
hard to beat.
Stoke have dropped off, really. Portsmouth away,
okay,
definitely winnable.
So if
Wrexham away.
Listen, every game is winnable. Every game is winnable. Is it feasible? Not for me.
No, I'm not putting money on it either. As I said, on heels.
Yeah. I love the creation of chat, though, because it's interesting. And if they
It
end up
is.
in the playoffs now, you can say to me, told you so. Absolutely.
Well, you could say to me, told you so, if Wrexham end up in playoffs. They had
I don't want to rub it in.
no, they had a bit of a setback on Saturday, losing at home
Yeah.
to Millwall.
They-
But they're still in the top 6 because, as I said, we're recording this on Wednesday. Last night, Birmingham City could only draw with West Brom.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
didn't go
Yeah.
above them.
Yeah. But look how long it took them and the opportunities they had to get into that 6th spot.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a week or two. It took they've probably been in a position where they were probably 10th or 11th, and the teams all the way up to 6 were all on. There was like 3, 4, 5 points separating them. And Swansea, every 3 or 4 games would win one, and you'd think, oh, right, like, if they could just, and they've managed to just get in there.
Yeah.
But it's taken like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how difficult it is to claw back like 5, 6 points. It's not easy.
Just an odd setback for Wrexham.
Do you know what? I would say that Millwall and Wrexham are very similar in the way they approach the game. And I would say Millwall are more experienced and been there, more longevity in the Championship of doing what they do. Millwall sometimes have a torrid time, they're in and around the bottom, but they never go down. And then they'll have great times where they're in and around the top. They usually finish 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. And,
They're having a really good
fade out.
season, to be fair.
But having a really good season. But we've seen it before. It's not like
Yeah,
new
yeah.
with Millwall. Millwall have knocked on the door several times. Do you know what I mean? So it's whether they can sustain it. But I think Swansea, I think Wrexham and Millwall are very similar in the way they approach the game, their coaches, or the way they play football. And you just got done by someone who's better than you at what you
I
do.
think a concern is just how serious the injury is to Matty James, the midfield player, because I think he's a big shout for them.
I said they need the creativity, didn't they? Didn't I? I think that's we had it on here a couple of weeks ago. I think that's, if you could give me players for Wrexham, I'd get another out-and-out striker, and I'd get
Another striker?
creative midfielders, yeah.
Wow.
Can't have enough strikers, mate.
Well, no, there is that. I wouldn't argue with that. This week, though, they can put the league on the back burner. They got Ipswich home in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I'm going up with the people. I'm doing the game, yeah.
Are you? Right.
Yeah, not commentating. I think we're in studio, yeah. Looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they need this?
No, I don't think. Listen, I think they're already punching above where anyone thought they were.
Except you.
Right? But it's great to have a cup run, but you're in a position where I don't think your squad depth is enough to keep going in that and chase the league. Win, lose or draw, it's a Championship club that's going to go through, right? But win, lose or draw, I don't think Parky will be that bothered, because I think, I'm not sure what game it was. A few games ago, they drew at home. And I remember Parky walking on the pitch, and I lip-read him, and he said, like, S-H-I-T or something like that, right? Because he thought it was a missed opportunity to get into the playoffs. I think there's a belief starting to grow, as you've heard now pundits jumping on saying, oh, they could go automatic. There's a belief starting to grow. Coventry are starting to bail out, right? They're having a shocker, right? Right at the time when I was at Bolton, this time of the season, you go to town. I said it on Saturday about Cardiff. You roll into town. They're not going, right, it's the FA Cup for us. We're going to take. Teams are going, oh, it's February, March. Bolton are coming. They're flying. McGinley, Blake, Thompson, Franson. They don't look forward to it. You put it on them first 10 minutes. They can't. You've heard of this expression, like they're beaten before you even got there.
Yeah.
That's what happens at this stage of the season.
Yeah.
But it's strange that it's not happening in that case.
I sort of never think losing is good. So after a home defeat in the league, I think they've got every reason to go for it against Ipswich. who have also, of course, they're third in the table.
Yeah.
They're also got
Yeah.
promotion very much on their
Yeah.
minds, and actually play, entertain Wrexham in a few weeks' time.
I
4
bet if you
games'
ask
time.
both managers, absolute truth, they'd say, we love it, we play it, we love it, but if you gave me the option, I don't think I'm going to win the FA Cup, but I think I can get promoted.
Yeah,
Promotion is worth 160 bags.
yeah,
The FA Cup is something you have. Like, if you said to me, promotion to the Premier League or win the FA Cup, I'd say win the FA Cup, please.
yeah.
That's what I would say about one of my promotions, though. I keep the others.
You do want it always.
Yeah, but you do
Yeah.
as a player. But you also know physically, the demand is so much. You know, that's why I say, like, I use Coventry as an example. You get to the point where it should be mentally, you should be beating teams before you get there.
Yeah.
I watched them, and I can't remember the striker's name. He missed a few chances, and the fans were on his case. And I'm like, that's not going to help. Right?
No.
That's not. At this stage of the season, what's going to happen is you're going to keep reeling. As fans, I would be saying to you, now's the time they need you, really need you if you're Coventry.
Well, they haven't been in round 5 since 1996-7 campaign. And they're unbeaten in their last 5 home games in the FA Cup. Okay, they needed pens to get by
Still won a
Nottingham
game.
Forest, but still won a game. Goes down as a W, doesn't
Absolutely, it does.
Well, actually, it goes down as a D, and then there's an asterisk.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, they're through, Forest aren't.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really... I think you'll have a good time.
I think listen, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
you know, like when you and I went there, we had a great time, right? With I was in Newport. That seems like so long ago, right?
It was, yeah.
But I think, listen, if they get through the tie, which it is a 50-50 game, right? If they get through the tie, great. But like I said, if you could offer either one of them promotion to the Premier League, you know, Ipswich have come down and they want to bounce straight back, but Wrexham have never been there.
No, quite. Well, what they don't want is injuries, so...
and they're more likely to get promoted to the Premier League than they are to win the FA Cup.
Yeah, fair enough. This is the Rubin Blakey Commentary Box podcast. We're loud and clear on Welsh football. We're available on all social media outlets, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Threads. Watch us on YouTube. Get us on all your usual podcast outlets, including Spotify. Right, Cardiff City, team you watched on Saturday.
Ooh-wee.
And
smoking.
I've got to say, I wasn't there, but I watched highlights. But whatever, it's a seriously impressive win if you go down to 10 men after 20 minutes and romp home to a 3-0.
Cardiff, Boombaye. That's all I was saying. Boombaye, they were unbelievable, mate. They just beat them up.
Actually better down to 10?
Oh, like, too good down to 10. Too good down to 10. And my theory is, I was speaking to Poise on the way home in the car.
Who's
Mark Poyser. And I was saying to him on the way in the car, it's almost, and I've seen it now in the last couple of games with Cardiff, because I've done the Burton game last week. And I think Burton caught them off the up, because I think they were expecting Burton just to sit deep, as they usually do, and we dominate possession, because they had like a mad amount of possession in the home game, but lost. And they didn't. Burton flipped the script and pressed. They went totally different. My impression with Cardiff is they know they're too good. So we're going to swing into town. We're going to take our time. We're going to get you into the position we want. You know, we're going to pen you back. We're going to play our stuff. And, you know, and we'll get our first and second and we'll beat you. That's how they came into the game. An arrogance, which you need, right? It's not a criticism,
complacent.
but a bit of complacency, I think. All right? A bit of complacency. The arrogance get rid of the complacency, because what happened was, who had the chance? I think it was, there was a little back heel in the box. I think Callum back heeled it to someone. or someone backheeled Kellerman. They had a chance anyway.
Kellyman, yeah,
it
Omari Kellyman.
Yeah, it didn't go in anyway. The chance went away. But that was the only chance they had in the first 10, 15 minutes. The fans are like the fans are loving what they're seeing, right? But the fans are almost like, come on, like, you know, you're giving...
Expecting it.
Too much. And it's not respect they give the opponent. It's almost a disrespect, right? But the opponent's in it. Bang. 20 minutes, red card. So Rotherham fans around us like, whoa, here we go. Well. Cardiff went from, I would say out of 10, they were probably playing at about a 5. They went to like 11.
I want to ask you.
They were unreal, mate.
When you played, how often did a coach practice 11 against 10?
Oh, that's frequent. Yeah, you do that.
So it's not...
It's not strange.
No.
But that's why, as well, it's so hard to beat, because there's two ways of looking at it. We can play this. If you feel you're not as good as the opponent, you sit in even more. You sit deeper even more. If you feel like you're better than your opponent, you do exactly what Cardiff done and said, I'm not changing. I tell you what I'll do is that my false 9 will just drop a bit deeper. My 2 wide men will stay the same. And my Joe Colwill, my Kellerman, will run in behind you. And that's exactly what they did, because Joe is brilliant at that. Kellerman is, I think he's a great player, right? I think he's a really top player. But I think Joe is a top player, intelligence-wise, and run. He got the old leather lungs, we used to say, he can run all day. But intelligently, he's hardly ever offside. And all of a sudden, Cardiff just started little pops around in midfield, and then wide. Willock was fantastic. He was brilliant. They were to a man. They were fantastic.
I listened to a Sheffield phone-in on Monday night. Really good phone-in. And they had Rotherham fans on saying Cardiff were the best side they'd seen by a street. Weren't happy with their own teams.
No. Well, you should have seen some of the fans around us.
So, on what you just said, I want to ask you a couple of things. One, Rubin Colwill is likely to be available again, if not this weekend, maybe the midweek game. Does he get in this Cardiff team now? Or does he have to start on the bench and then... Probably more likely, isn't it?
Listen, I think it would be disrespectful to just pull someone out and put him back in. Right? As good as Rubin was, I don't think he was like, without him, we're going to struggle, because it hasn't happened.
No.
Right? We've just carried on the same. I think what it does is give the manager a lot of credit and power, because now it's actually a good thing, because Rubes, you're going to have to fight to get back in. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have to play up here to hold down your place.
And you never know about injuries.
Which is what you want, right?
Yeah.
You want him, don't want him thinking, oh, they need me and I'll come in and I'll stroll around. And no. You want him coming in, a winning team. We've maintained it while you're gone. And actually, some might say we were better without you than we were with you. I wouldn't say that personally, but that's what some might say.
Yeah.
But what it means is that you're going to have to go full tilt to get in and hold down a place again. He will, in my opinion. I think he will. But,
It's a great luxury to have him.
It's a beautiful luxury rather
yeah.
than thinking, like, when are you fit, son? When are you fit, son? When are you fit, son? I've had that. When you fit, son? When you fit? And then you end up playing with injuries and stuff like that, and you're never quite where you should be, and fans are on your case. Oh, why aren't you doing what you used to do? I'm carrying something, but I don't say, because once you walk over the white line,
you're fit. Yeah. What about staying with the Colwills? Does Joel Colwill get in the Wales squad?
Yes, should do for me. Yeah, he's one of them, Joe. I think his consistency level is unreal. Right, it is brilliant, and I think the higher he goes, the better he gets. He's one of them.
Yeah,
Joe.
It's going to be really interesting. The gap has closed. Lincoln are on a brilliant run.
Yeah, my mate Wayne from Lincoln rang me the other day. He's a good friend of mine, and he rang me. He's a big Lincoln fan, and he rang me. So it's us then, me and you, then. What we're going to do, then?
Well, I mean, it's interesting you say that. Let's go to the top. Cardiff 63 points, Lincoln 61, then Bolton having played a game
Come on,
more,
Super Whites.
55. Stockport 53 on played 30. Huddersfield played a game more again, 49. Bradford played 29. They're on 49 points. In other words, the top two have got a tidy lead, 6 points. And this weekend, Lincoln play Bolton.
Yes.
So second against third.
Mm-hmm.
Stockport play Bradford. And Huddersfield, who are also... So Stockport are fourth, play Bradford, who are sixth. And Huddersfield play Stevenage, who
So
dropped
it's
out of it.
highly likely Cardiff, if they win, will extend their lead at the top.
If they win, but then I would say Luton are seventh. So
Yeah, but I don't think Luton have got, like, listen, no disrespect, but I don't think they've got what Cardiff have got. Simple as that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I think, you know,
fair play to Lincoln. If they finish above Cardiff, that is some
above
going.
Cardiff.
Yeah, or you don't think they will? Well, I mean, the gap is narrowed to 2 points now.
Yeah. You know, but it's still a gap. That's how difficult it is to close a gap of 5 or 6 points. Do you know what I mean?
As you were saying in the championship.
It's fluctuated,
Okay.
right? It's fluctuated, that gap, right? Remember when Cardiff were fourth for ages?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
third? And then they've got the top, and then they went out of the top, then they got back to the top, and they got a gap, and then the gap was reduced. And that's it. But when you're at the top, it gives you breathing space, right? You can have 3 or 4 games where you're under par and then get back on it, and away you go again. Because, you know, winning every week is really difficult. It's impossible.
Last thing on Cardiff, very quickly. I went to Brian Barry Murphy's press conference last Thursday.
Yeah.
And I asked him a question that I said, you've made these new signings, the goalkeeper and Callum Scanlon, the left back, who was on the bench as I expected.
Yeah.
And I said, when I've spoken to players in the past, they all welcome new signings, but they don't want them in their position. But actually, he said something really interesting. He said Joel Bagan, with Scanlon coming in, he said had lifted up his training that week.
I put Joe as possibly player of the year
I'm
so far for
with you.
Cardiff.
I'm with you.
All right?
If he stays at the level he is,
Yeah.
I think he wins player of the year,
Yeah,
in my view.
there's a few of them. There's 3 or 4 for me.
Well, if Salah comes back and scores goals, they will always be a shout for
don't discount Trott.
No, I agree.
Because there was a moment, fans will know exactly what I'm talking about. There was a moment on Saturday where the Rotherham lad went through and he thought, one-on-one, I thought Trott will save it.
Yeah.
Saved it with his legs and, you know, kept the scoreline at what it was. Wasn't one of these worldy saves. It was just he was more intelligent than the striker. The striker wasn't good enough to get it past him. But you know when they say, "Oh, the strike went through and we knew he'd score," you always get the feeling he'd score.
Like when Phil Stanley used to go through in your day.
He went through, and I felt Trott will save it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, I was like, no, you do well to beat him. So he's another candidate. Because he's made some outrageously good saves.
And point
at the right
savers
time.
as well.
What I would want to ask, though, if you get the chance, is why he didn't come out for the warm-up before the game on Saturday. I was a bit, oh, no, he's not getting in. He's not picked something up.
Nathan Trott.
He didn't come out for the warm-up.
Didn't he?
No, at all.
All right, I'll ask the question. I'll tell you next week.
Please.
Okay.
Please. Because the number 2 and number 3 keeper come out with Wardy and done a session. Actually, I spoke to Wardy after the game. I should have asked him myself.
Well, actually, you looked the gift horse in the mouth then, didn't you? Yeah, quite. You can tap your head, yeah.
Dubber.
There's not much here to cover it out.
Yeah.
Right. And I saw 2 games on the weekend, so I made the most of being back and catching up. So I saw Newport in a goalless draw against Grimsby. Both missed penalties. As I said, we're recording this on Wednesday. So I don't want to go too far with Newport because they're playing 4th place Swindon just after we record
Which
this.
is a derby.
And then in the next week, they're away to 5th place MK Dons.
Yeah, they got a tough
6th
run,
place Salford.
Yeah.
And the following Saturday, they're home to Cambridge.
Yeah, so so on paper you think...
It doesn't get any easier.
It doesn't get any easier, right? But I said on BBC on the weekend, I thought Jason Perry, I thought Pezza made a great point because he was saying, like, you can't, if you're in a relegation, I've been in plenty of relegation battles, been relegated, and I think it was only Cardiff where, like, went down to the final game. I've been relegated with a minute to go. Sheffield United, I think it was. Mark Steen scored.
Yeah.
We were up and then we were down. We weren't sure. Bolton, Everton should have gone. And it was all, Sagers and all that, a bit dodgy and all that. So it's been plenty of I've had that experience many a time. I've never been in the dressing room in a relegation battle and a manager or players around us aren't saying, it's toe-to-toe, boys. We've got to go for it. We've got to fight.
Christian Fuchs said they weren't in a relegation.
I don't understand that approach.
No, I don't understand that either.
I don't understand, that's like saying for the last 10 days in Wales, we've had beautiful sunshine. No, it's been flooded. No. It's been beautiful. Okay. It's unrealistic, mate.
Yeah.
It's a false sense of security. You've got to face what you've got coming to you, and you've got to go for it.
Well, they're going to have to pull off some surprise results no matter what, aren't they?
They're going to, listen, honestly, I hate to say it, it's my hometown club, and it's up there amongst my clubs, Cardiff, Bolton, Newport, love them, Wolves. It could be over, I think, by the end of March. Right? I think they might be over with 3 or 4 games to go. If they can take it to the wire, that's what in the dressing room we're saying. First of all, for the next couple of months, it's right. Can we get above the team above us and get out of this relegation zone? Once you're at that, right? Can we chase down? Can we get how many points we know is going to get?
Can they take it to the last game?
And if not,
and bring on Mark O'Brien.
If we're in amongst it and it goes to the last game, can we get it to the last game where we've got a chance, right? But the way they're playing and what the talk, the sound bites I'm hearing, it's like you'll be relegated before the end of the season at that rate. You know what I mean? You got to face it, mate.
It was odd. I was slightly more optimistic after the second half. But
I was optimistic when I come back from Gillingham.
You were saying last week
and
on
then
the pod,
the week after was at Chesterfield. I was really optimistic. And now I'm like, oh man, they're just talking some madness.
One little, should mention, a lovely cameo by the ex-Merthyr player, Cole Jarvis, on his debut. Came on a sub, lovely shimmy in midfield. Great ball through, so we shall see. Talking of Merthyr, they're still third in the National League North, but they stopped the rot on Tuesday night. Goalless draw against fourth place Kidderminster. So that's after they were 2 up against Chorley on Saturday and lost 3-2. 5th minute of injury time. That was 4 defeats on the bounce. But actually, Tuesday's goalless draw means they are 5 points.
I think it's a prime example of what I was saying earlier. You get on these little runs, right, and things start to become self-fulfilling. You start to think to yourself, we're 2-0 up, and we've got to hold on. And they score, 2-0's the worst score.
They've had a poor run, but now
but it's only 4.
Yeah, it was 4 defeats on the bounce.
But that happens, right?
Yeah.
They're punching way above their
weight.
Oh,
absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
So they've had their 4 runs defeat. They get the draw against another fancy team just below them. I think now that psychologically tells everyone, right, clean sheet, here we go again, right?
Yeah.
Let's go again. Let's try and push this now to the end of the season. They will lose between now and the end of the season, but I think that was a great point.
Yeah, I agree. They've done fabulously well, and they've re-signed the Cardiff youngster Will Spires on loan till the end of the season. Draw's been made for the semi-finals of the JD Welsh Cup. Remember, we had a draw early rounds of that. We were called.
We did, and we were honest.
We were, yes, honest. Yeah, Bangor 1876, the first third-tier side to reach this stage for 12 years, will meet JD Cymru Premier League outfit Flint Town United.
Oh, good luck.
And the other remaining top-flight team, Carnarvon Town, will go head-to-head against Rill 1879. honestly, if Rill and Bangor get there, Bangor City 1876 against Rill 1879, where does the score go on the telly?
Yeah.
That'll be something else,
That'd
wouldn't
be,
it?
yeah. There's a few of the BBC boys from Rill in there.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Mr. Roberts and them. And
Yeah, ties will be played March the 6th to the 8th. Also on March the 8th is the Bute Energy Welsh Cup semi-finals, the women's version of the event. Cardiff and Wrexham will meet in a repeat of the last two finals. Swansea City will play Cwmbran Celtic or Britain Ferry Lansall. That's after all the big guns got through in the quarters. Swansea beat Llandudno 6-0. Cardiff beat TNS 3-0. Wrexham beat Carmarthen Town 5-0. Cwmbran Celtic, who were there, and Britain Ferry game was postponed. They're all to be played on neutral venues on March the 8th, so it's going to be a big cup weekend that for teams in Wales. Quickly on the Cymru Prem, you're not going to like this.
go on.
TNS thrashed third place Penabont 6-0 in the promotion. Rory Holden got a hat
I
trick.
wish we could play some of the podcasts back at the start of the season when TNS were they.
So they're now 10 points clear of second place
Come on, man.
Connors Key.
Every year.
And they are 20 points clear of Penabont.
It's ridiculous, man.
I know, but it's not their fault.
ridiculous.
As I
No,
said.
it's not their fault, but it. Listen, fans don't like losing, but fans want to see competition.
Yeah.
Right? Somehow, and I said it last week about the ladies, somehow you've got to get those other teams, and it's only going to come with investment, right?
Yeah.
But somehow you've got to get investment into other teams, so that they can realistically challenge, right? Because it's like Rangers, Celtic, but you're always going to have Aberdeen or a Hibs or a Dundee
Or Hearts
or
this season.
Hearts. There's always someone in amongst it, right? Okay, those two dominate, but it's not over in. It's February. The league's over.
Yeah, but it's not their fault, as I keep saying.
No, it's not their fault. It's not anyone's fault. What I'm saying is you got to find solutions.
And I
to
know
that.
the FAW would love to find a solution to that. They're putting money into clubs, appointing general managers off the field, so that they can enhance the shape of clubs, the structure. That was the word I was looking for. Never been very good at finding words. The structure
Finding
of the
pennies
clubs
though down to Sophie, okay?
to improve. Well, yeah, to improve. So we shall see. Just finally in the relegation group.
Sorry, doesn't it become boring though? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, but I
like
don't
for
know
TNS
how...
are doing what they're doing, right? And
Yeah.
you keep doing what you're doing if you're
Yeah.
TNS. It's a turn off. That's not what sport is
But
about.
it's the way it is, mate. It can't be.
Yeah, I know,
Until
but until you
somebody...
I don't want to. Like me personally, I don't want to watch a competition that doesn't have competition. I want to see a competition.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want to see it. It's clearly difficult because it's been going so long. But
Then again, didn't until last season, didn't Manchester City win 4 Premier Leagues on the bounce?
I'd be interested to see. Yeah. But it's only 4.
Okay. I know you want to talk about this, so we'll finish with this.
Okay.
Szoboszlai's free kick on Sunday and the carnage at the end.
Yeah.
So,
what did I
Szoboszlai's
think about
free
it?
kick.
Well, I just thought. I just thought rather than afterwards, the discussion was more about the keeper and should there be men in the wall, an extra man in the wall, right? Rather than, I think, me personally, I would have gone on the fact that we've seen something so incredible. The last time we seen a free kick that sort of changed the game was Ronaldo. Remember when he dipped that one over James?
yeah.
Hit the knuckle ball, they call it now. Because everything Szoboszlai done was going to the keeper's right. He didn't come around the ball to bend it.
No.
He came straight onto the ball, which meant the wall slightly to the right of him. So what he's going to do, he's going to try and top corner it, right? He didn't. He hit this outside of the foot ping. I said, "Do you like my golf shot?" Right? The difference is there's not a net to stop my golf ball going on the other fairway. Right?
On the rough, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a fade. I go, whoa. But he's hit this ball, and I thought, like, there wasn't enough, like, you know.
He didn't get enough praise for it.
There wasn't enough praise for what he had just done.
Okay.
Like, what he just done is, like, kids will be out trying that free kick, or should be out trying that, because it's a new technique. It's a new free kick.
It was fabulous free kick.
And I would have loved to seen, like, clips maybe of, like, all the free kicks. Payet is another one. I remember his free kick done all sorts.
Well, imagine me on
Beckham.
Sunday. I just got home having seen Vipotnik's free kick.
Yeah.
And then he sees Zabozlai's free kick.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Both absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I see a world-class save from Donnarumma.
Yeah. Who's arguably the best keeper in the world, right?
Possibly, yeah.
What did he do for the free kick?
Oh, yeah, he didn't get anywhere near it.
No. He didn't move.
No, that's how good it was.
That's what I'm saying then.
Yeah.
Like, maybe an extra man might have stopped it. Maybe an extra man in the wall wouldn't have stopped it. But the beauty of our game is those moments.
Yeah, quite.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not,
we love it.
oh, did Donnarumma have a, shouldn't he? Like, talk about the free kick, fellas. You just seen something. This is why they call the Premier League the best in the world.
Yeah.
Right? You've just seen something that I've not seen before.
Well, actually, what dominated was the injury time, the phantom third goal.
Yeah, what a game. What a goal. It was just...
Where were you on what happened on on Manchester City's so-called third goal? Just Turkey shoots him halfway.
Yeah.
Alisson is upfield.
Yeah. It's almost I never thought.
Szoboszlai pulls back Haaland as he tries to get there. The ball is rolling towards the goal. Then Haaland pulls back Szoboszlai, who's trying to clear off the line.
Yeah.
Ball goes in the net. Ref gives a goal. VAR says
Szoboszlai
no.
Szoboszlai is, I think it's his reaction. First of all, he does this on his knees, and then he runs up to the ref as if to say, he's fouled me. I could have cleared that off the line.
Yeah.
So the ref goes, okay, let's have a look at it. Actually, here's your red card.
For you. I am staggered by the number of people who said the goal should have stood.
I thought it should have stood.
Oh, see, that's even more staggering.
I think it's...
So which part of the laws do you want to ignore then?
Oh, well...
Because by the letter of the law,
it's not,
that was spot on.
Who lives by the letter of the law? You?
Well, you have to.
No, do you live by the letter of the law?
You've got a lawless society if you don't.
Do you live by the letter of the law?
I would on a football pitch.
Whoa. Let's not talk about something that's never going to happen.
Hang on, I played for Pontypridd YMCA.
Yes, sir. I think that's a lie. Yeah,
Got
once
pulled
maybe.
at half-time. I did. You should never have played me on a wing. I blamed Steve Cooper's dad, Keith Cooper, who was a coach, the Premier League ref. And I bet if he was on you, he would say that the referee did the VAR came up with exactly
I
the
think
right
Keith
decision.
would go the other way. I played with Keith. I remember playing at Newcastle and remember when, what was his name, started smashing, kicking the hoardings.
Right.
Can you remember what was his name? Anybody?
You got me again now.
Centre
Why'd
forward.
you come up with these?
We played. They beat us 2-1, I think it was. And but I remember saying to Keith, like, oh, there was stuff going on in the game, and I said to Keith, like, what the hell's going on? Like, blah 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 blah. Keeps diving. As one of their players, keep diving, like, blah. And he said, he's running. He goes, did you see me give a free kick? I went, no. He went, well, there we are then. Oh, okay, fair enough. Like, yeah.
So I'll put this to you.
I don't think Keith would have
West
applied
Ham-
the letter of the
West
law.
Ham,
I think
Manchester
VAR
United in midweek. Casemiro is offside by an inch, a couple of centimetres maybe, but he's still offside. Right?
What part of his body
Do you ignore
offside?
that?
What part of his body is
ignore
offside?
that?
Oh, I'm going to put you to bed now. What
No,
part of
you're
your body? Oh, I will. Yeah, keep rolling,
Well,
cameras.
it was just a
What
part of the
what part
body which was offside.
Well, my theory
So are you
is...
supposed to ignore that,
Well, my
then?
theory is, if it's a part of your body that you can't score with, it shouldn't be counted.
Well, I think it was his leg was offside. So you count
It might have been
that
his
as well?
hand. You said you didn't know.
No, I think it was his leg.
No,
he
I think
stepped
it was his
over.
hand.
Well, I think you're wrong. So,
My point is,
you come back to me next week on the number of laws you want to ignore.
No,
just
no,
'cause
no.
it looks nice.
I'm not
It looks
ignoring.
nice for
I'm not
football.
ignoring the law. What I'm saying is,
Well, you did
at
on
the
the
end of the
Manchester City
day,
thing.
at the end of the day, nobody wanted to see. I don't think, and there's Anfield fans who've probably been there a lot longer than you and I, right? I think they just accepted that it was a goal, right? I've tugged him, he's tugged me. Let the goal go in. The ball's gone in. None of them two tussling have touched it. It's gone in. Give the goal. Go away. Now what's happened
And
is...
ignore the laws of the game.
And now what's happened is Szoboszlai is going to miss games.
Okay, well, that's his fault for tugging back Haaland. Any other time.
But
if the ball had stopped
but
on the
then you're not
penalty spot-
understanding that's from a player's perspective.
Well, no, you just
he
want
does
to ignore the laws.
anything to. No, he's not. You don't think about the law when you're doing it. You're just trying to
He
stop
just
the
did
goal.
He cheated.
You're trying to stop.
pull him back.
Oh,
Oh, he pulled him.
Listen,
Tried to pull him
don't
back.
clip that and put it out. You have Liverpool fans all over you.
No, well, that's what he tried to do. He tried to stop him scoring.
That's
pulling him
what
back.
we do. That's the idea.
Okay. And he gave away a free kick, which was denying a goal-scoring opportunity. They played advantage. He was
The
sent
ball
off.
went in, so we didn't deny anything. That's my point.
Yeah,
You
but
say
then
this,
he
you're
would turn
talking
around
about
and say,
you're talking about a scenario that hasn't happened. And I'm talking about a
he would
fact
turn
that
around and say
actually
he
happened.
could have got to the
Whoa,
ball
whoa,
before
whoa.
it went over the line.
You're saying a goal scoring opportunity, and I'm saying the goal went in without either of them getting involved.
Yeah,
so
but
it doesn't
'cause
matter.
there was
So
another
there was
foul
no
afterwards.
opportunity, or there was an
It
opportunity.
only went in because he couldn't get there because Haaland pulled him back. That's what he would argue.
No. Well, I would go one step ahead and go,
There we
well,
are then.
Haaland didn't score it because Szoboszlai pulled him back.
It suits you to avoid the law.
No, is that true?
Because it looks nice.
Is that
and
true?
I tell you what, let me ask you this then, finally on this. 'Cause you're not going to agree, which is great, and what people expect. If Arsenal missed out on the title by a goal, and goal difference to Manchester City, what do you reckon they would have made had they stood at 3-1?
I would say they would say we need a goal scoring striker.
Ignore the question. Right, on that note, when he's playing evasive, just like...
Like
if
a
only
cat.
you were that evasive on the pitch, eh? That's it. We'll be back for more of this very soon. It's the Rubin Blakey Commentary Box podcast. We hardly ever agree, but agreed that we're loud and clear on Welsh football and loads of other football as well.